QuoteWerks Advanced Sales Tax gives you the granularity to calculate taxes at the line item level and create rules, including overrides, for specific item types and customer profiles. This added granularity empowers organizations to take control of their tax calculations and help ensure they are meeting jurisdictional tax requirements. To enable Advanced Sales Tax in QuoteWerks, navigate to Tools, then Options, then the Regional tab. Here, under Sales Tax Calculations, select USA Advanced from the Tax System drop-down menu. For this example, we will also select United States as our country. Clicking OK saves these changes and enables Advanced Sales Tax Calculations. To configure your Advanced Sales Tax settings, navigate to Utilities, then Sales Tax Manager. This opens the Sales Tax Manager window. From here you can set your sales tax categories, which are used to control which item types have advanced sales tax rules applied to them. For today's demonstration, we will set up a new tax category with the name of Software, and this is done by clicking on the New button. Here we can set the tax category name, and there is a checkbox titled Meets Single Article Criteria. This checkbox controls whether or not the tax category should apply rules for when the line item's value exceeds a certain threshold. We will make sure this box is checked. The purpose of single article criteria will become more clear as we continue the process and set up specific sales tax rules. Once you have the tax category created, the next step is to map it to item types, and this is done by clicking on the Map Item Types to Tax Categories button. If you would like to review or create new item types, you can click on the Item Type Setup button. Clicking on the Map Item Types to Tax Categories button opens a window where you can map the existing item types to sales tax categories you have created. In our example, we mapped the newly created software tax category to our software item type. Once complete, we can click OK to move on to the next step, which is creating the sales tax rules. To create a new sales tax rule, click on the New button under the Sales Tax Rules section of the Sales Tax Manager window. On this window, you can create a new sales tax rule, and there are a number of settings that you can configure. First, you will want to select the state for which you want the rule to be created for. In this example, we will select Florida. Next, select a jurisdiction type. For this demonstration, we will select State, but you have the option to select City or County instead. This jurisdiction selection will determine how the tax rule will be applied. Next, we want to assign a jurisdiction name. This will display in the Sales Tax Rules window and helps to identify what the tax rule applies to. Because we are creating a tax rule for Florida, at the state level, we will put FL. Next, we will set the rule action. Here we have two options, addition or override. Selecting addition will apply the tax rule in addition to the real-time tax rates. Selecting override will use the set tax rate instead of the real-time tax rates. For our purposes, we will set this to override, which will forego using the real-time tax rate for the selected jurisdiction and instead apply the tax rules we are configuring now. The reference text box is there for you to describe what the tax rule is and should clearly define what the rule is doing. You have the ability to apply tax rules to different groups of customers like businesses, consumers, education, or government using the Customer Tax Code field. If you set this, the rules will only apply if you set the tax code to the corresponding customer type on the Sale Info tab. Leaving this blank will apply the tax rule to all customers regardless of their tax code, and that is what we will do for this example. Next, we can select the tax category we want the tax rule to apply to, and in this case we will set this to software. We can then set the jurisdiction tax rate, which is the base rate for the selected jurisdiction. If we need to set a single article tax rule, there is a single article section. Here we can set the starting amount along with the starting tax rate. We can also set the end amount, the tax rate for when the single article value exceeds the end amount, and the max amount. The max tax amount is the threshold in which tax is no longer charged on a single item. For our purposes, we will set this rule so that the base jurisdiction tax rate is 5%, that the starting tax rate is charged up to $3,000, at which the over-end amount tax rate will be 1%, and the max tax amount is $5,000. When we click OK, this saves the tax rule, and it is now listed under the Sales Tax Rules heading. As you can see, the tax rule lists all of the different options we just selected. On our quote, we have a few items with the item type of software, and we have assigned a ship-to contact from the state of Florida. Before we do anything else, we want to verify the address with the USPS and obtain the zip +4 information. This is done by clicking on the pin icon with a green check, which is above the sold to company's name. When we do this, the address is verified and the zip code is updated to include the additional 4 numbers. If our tax rules included a tax code, we could use the tax code dropdown to select the type of customer we are selling to, but in our case we will leave this blank. Lastly, we want to pull in the real-time tax information for our verified address, and this is done by clicking on the lightning bolt icon below the Ship To field. When we do so, a window appears where we can select which address to calculate taxes using. In our example, we will select Ship To, review the tax information, and click Select to apply it to the open quote. If we navigate back to the Document Items tab, we can see that the tax is being calculated for all line items as the breakdown is listed in the Items Tax Summary column, and the total tax for the line item is in the Tax column. You can easily add or move these columns around on the Document Items tab by navigating to View, then Customize Columns. If we look at the Item Tax Summary for the first item listed, we can see that the base tax rate we set is being applied at the state level instead of the real-time tax amount, and that our single article rules are being calculated as well. You can also see that the county jurisdictional tax is still being calculated from a real-time lookup as we did not set a county level tax rule. If you want to see an overview of how tax rules are being applied, there is a tax button above the grid toolbar that shows a breakdown of all rules and their calculations. The total tax for each line item is displayed in the tax column, and the total tax for the quote is listed at the bottom right of the window. The Item Tax Summary, Individual Line Item Tax, and the Total Tax are all fields that can be printed onto printed and QuoteWerks HTML outputs if you would like to do so. All you would have to do is add these fields to your quote layouts using the Layout Designer or customize your HTML templates for QuoteWerks. As you've seen, Advanced Sales Tax in QuoteWerks gives you granular control over how you charge tax and visibility into the calculations used to arrive at those tax amounts. If you have questions or would like to learn more about Advanced Sales Tax in QuoteWerks, please see our help files or contact the team at 407-248-1481.